What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen? Day traders, cloud swing traders. Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. Hope you guys are. Whipsaw. I think I got whipsaw. Looking at this market bouncing up today. I thought we were gonna buy the dip, but that was a dramatic little move yesterday. I was traumatized. I don't know. I got traumatized, and then we wake up today with good earnings from CrowdStrike. Market wants to rally again. And it's like yesterday did not happen. That's crazy. But what did happen? What did happen is we had the squadron show up today for another day. We got Alan House. Good morning to you. We got Albert. We got Bill. Good morning to Cindy, Corey. We got Corey M in the house. Good morning to David Brooks, Julie, Jason L. Gonna rock with us. Good morning to Jay Linder. We got Joe, Lauren. We got Marius. Good morning to Matthew, Miguel, Phil. We got Tim in the house. All my peeps in YouTube land. We got Richard. We got Ivo. Whew, all my lurkers without backgrounds. I see you there. I see you there. You're just lurking. Mm-hmm. I'm, I got you. I got you. That's okay. Hit the like and subscribe button. But if you guys have any tickers, make sure you throw that into the chat. Matthew says, "How about MU going to your 3 yard target?" Yeah. Mm-hmm. Not only that, but I think we could have got like four or five maybe on it. We had a good read. There was a little bit of support. I had to move that stop down. Still made a 1.2 on it, but I was like, oh, that would have been a beautiful one. It still was a beautiful one, but it could have been even beautifuler. Is that a word? I don't know. I don't know, but we'll see. Maybe we'll find some fun ones today. The spy. So again, we're still in a bullish trend. Nothing really changed with that. We do have some VPOCs down here, which we gave all the targets. I didn't think it was going to be that crazy of a day. We had some of our stretch targets down at like 505.76. We got a little bit lower than that. So to me, that's now a little bit of a bear trap. Even yesterday, we started to rally toward the end of the day, which it was a good, strong rally toward the very end of the day. It seemed a little suspect, though. You had just pure selling all day. A lot of times, if you were short on anything, and especially if you were in those bigger time frames, didn't really give you a reason to sell. So toward the end of the day, you're probably gonna want to cover positions. And I was like, okay, maybe that's a little rally there, a little end of the day relief rally type situation that makes sense. But then we just kind of kept going throughout the especially the morning, especially from 7 a.m. this morning. We really started to push the gas pedal a little bit. And now we're opening up essentially where we were opening yesterday. So we get a do-over day. We get to do it one more time. Let's see. Resistance exactly the same as yesterday. So we have this open gap still inside day, but it is open gap. Resistance is looking at 512.66. One higher than that, 512.89. So nothing changes on that front. The one thing that did fundamentally change, or on a technical basis, I should say, is we got one more little VPOC in yesterday. That's 508.13, right in line with some of those other VPOCs into the zone. So the only thing I think we really did yesterday so far is just make that support a little bit stronger, believe it or not. So gap and go. There's got to be some people that went short or at least freaked out, sold some positions, and now they're like, "Oh, I got to get back into this thing. I got to figure out how to get back in." So I would be a little bit more bullish than bearish. That being said, at open, exactly where we did yesterday, we've been running up all pre-market. Maybe we get a little bit of a pullback, and if we do, I'm looking for maybe somewhere around 508.54 to hold. But this is a pretty good gap and go with a lot of room to above us. So I don't necessarily want to wait. I don't really want to wait for 508.54. I'm not going to say it can't happen. I think that'll be a great spot to kind of recheck. But a small pullback, give me a hammer on the SPY, give me something, maybe a couple candles down, and I will be looking to buy the dips today. Just because I think we're trapping a decent amount. And we still have about $4 more higher, even into that resistance. Never mind if we could break it. Obviously, I don't know if that happens. We will see. Qs, same story. Um, we went to every stretch target imaginable yesterday in the Qs. Right down into a moving average. We did bounce up. We also placed the VPOC at the lows of the day, though. But we did rally up past that. We have almost a new kind of stronger support being built into the Qs. And another key factor is we did let some of those moving averages kind of catch up a little bit. We did check the this little red line here. We got down to it there. Every single time we've done that, we've had some kind of a pretty decent bounce afterwards. This one we broke through and kind of rechecked, and then that one. But still looking pretty bullish, and this is a gap and go. Obviously, this one not gapping outside of yesterday's range. We'll have to see where the SPY actually opens, but the SPY is not actually gapping above yesterday's candle. We're just at the open. So again, a little bit of pullback inside day still makes sense to me. Looking for the SPY or the Qs to hit 438.26. And then we'll check out boy TLT, see if that one's doing anything interesting. And yes, it is. Yesterday was a very interesting gap up. We kind of held it. We did push right into that resistance. Again, we broke. I got the 200 right here on a daily. So 200, we still got a breakthrough. That's 95.86. But again, another, at least we had it. I can't say we really broke the downtrend yet. So we are making the lower lows still. We're still making the lower highs. And if I was to scroll out a little bit, I mean, you can imagine it, but there's a little diagonal resistance right here. We got the 200 right here, so a little chop here. Maybe we come back down. We close this gap 94.12 eventually before the next kind of push up higher, but we're right at the top of that little downtrend line. So TLT could get a little bit fun. I don't know if it's usually once you're this close to a downtrend and you get a little bit chopped sideways first, build some pressure, get it maybe one more pullback, and then the next time up we could break, but we'll see. We'll see what could happen. Let's see if you guys have any tickers. Uh, yeah, Tesla. Tesla was not getting any love today, so that's one of the Tesla and our boy ALB. No love today. But Tesla is still looking a little bit to the weak side. We are gapping down. We are below key resistance on this one, or key support, which is 181.24. Still an inside day candle. I wouldn't put it past Tesla that we rally it open. Again, for a longer term bull that wants to get any kind of position, not really risk a lot of money, you could probably get your stop at the low of yesterday, right underneath it. Or if you want a little bit more safety, go like 174.86, especially if it's a swing trade. But see if this one does want to get bought up at open. I like the inside day opening very low to the bottom. Kind of do something like this. And then I don't know if we do this. That seems far-fetched, just with the strength of Tesla lately. But could it happen? Yeah, of course it could happen. If it does, and then this is what I would expect if this happens. So I don't even think we miss it, but I think it runs up. We get pushed down. Second time we break. Then I think we have to retest it, and then we push up. So again, this would be kind of on a smaller day trade basis. If today we we're actually going to go bullish on Tesla, but I can see a little bullishness out of the gate, hit some resistance, and I think probably most likely we do this just based on the strength. But if we start to rotate here, the interesting thing on Tesla is if we do end up rotating right in this zone, and if we could hold yesterday's candle, there is still the case, believe it or not, somehow Tesla has that inverted head and shoulders. And this would be a pretty good location. Never broke down the lows of this pivot. So if the bulls want to come in, create a head and shoulders, it's still a potential, believe it or not. It could happen. And it is an inside day. I do think we get bought up kind of at the open of this. And then if not, then we're probably heading back to 163. 163.24. I don't know again if that happens today. It seems like a big move, but it is Tesla. And if the market stays bullish and then Tesla's doing that, that would be wild. That would be wild. We got S. So this is not an earnings. This is news. SentinelOne, I believe they're cybersecurity. Somebody fact check me on that one. But I thought SentinelOne was cybersecurity. If they were, and other cybersecurity, yeah. So they're cybersecurity. They're gonna get the grace and the love and the sympathy from CrowdStrike, which did report earnings. They beat on all fronts. They raised guidance. Guidance was good. Outlook was good. Numbers were good. So again, it was a coming off Palo Alto, which wasn't as good. Palo Alto wasn't as strong. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as strong as CrowdStrike. So you had a little concern probably in this industry, especially coming into CrowdStrike earnings, that oh, this might be bad. This might do a Palo Alto type move. So there's obviously some clear selling. We did also clear VPOC, so VPOC moved down a little bit other than that last pivot. Still had some kind of support trying to hold it from back here, but this is a really nice gap. We are at a little tiny resistance on this one. So this is 28.37. I don't know what the short float is on this one. Let's see. I don't really trade this one as much either, but let's see. SentinelOne. 4.37, so nothing too anything above 5%, I think is a lot bigger where you really could play the short float. So nothing too crazy. There's a little bit. Um, I would see if this one wants to come down a little bit, probably into like this 27.42. See if we get a slight little pullback. But this is a good gap and go. Again, I think a lot of that volume, even though it says yesterday was probably after hours, so most of that volume is probably toward the bullish side. The more impressive thing on this one is this candle right here. So this candle with all this volume, it is finally 2 days later, we break out, kind of like Palo Alto did. Now we came back all the way through here. We actually came down with lower volume, so there's more people a little bit more bearish on this one. We actually got a wick below that candle, and then I think we are trapping some people. So I think we trapped some bears. I think I would want to be patient on this one. Just at open, see if maybe a good candidate for a high wave break, something like that. But just a little bit of a pullback would be great, just heading into that resistance. Otherwise, the next stop on this one would take me to about 29.01. We can make a trade on that. And then if things actually go crazy, 29.81. So we'll see. Rock is in the house. What's going on, Rock? We got Palantir. Yeah, I saw that too this morning. I should have bought back my calls yesterday. I should have bought back those calls yesterday. Me being a big dummy, I go, I don't know. That was a deep sell off of the market. 25's been tough. My calls expire on next week, next Friday, whatever day that is, the 15th. And I got a $27 strike. I was like, I could have bought it back. I was in the profits, in the gains. I wanted, I got greedy. I turned into a greedy little pig on that one. But yeah, really good gap. We've struggled for a long time, right around 25. We're finally starting to break. Good gap up, nice sell. This one probably does go more bullish. I would like to see this. Is what I would like to. Well, I would like to see us pull down to like 25.42. But this is probably the break that Palantir needed. It took us a while. Beautiful double top. Probably. I mean, so far at least out of everything, we didn't look at too much yet. But actually, my favorite gap to go bullish on. But high wave on this one. Maybe we get a little pullback. I could also see this one out of the gate start ripping, and there's not a lot really in the way. I've lost all my volume there, so that's nothing too crazy. I guess the next spot we would be looking for that maybe contains this one for target C upside is about 26.91. So there's still a shot on the calls. Otherwise, I'd be up like 180% on my shares. So if I get called away, I get called away, and then I'll just start selling some puts. But so it is what it is. Not too concerned on it. But it would have been a great day. And then today I wake up, I would definitely be selling some more cover calls in the $30 range if I had shares. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. But great gap on this one. Definitely, I think one to watch. I saw that one real quick too this morning. I almost cried a little bit, and I was like, At least I know no one's going to bring this one up in the chat, so I don't have to relive this memory. But thanks. Appreciate that, Al. On top of it. We got Pan W up $6. Good looking gap and go again. We got a little resistance in the way. Pan W, you got Pelosi. It could get crazy. That is a good gap and go. Not so much volume yesterday. That'd be my one negative. This one did, I think, come into this kind of 618 retracement. Another one, I've already made some money on this move. And I thought about buying some more leaps on this thing yesterday, pretty much toward the lows. And I said, no, not today. But there's your perfect little bounce off that 618 retracement. Very good spot to do so. I was at 286, I think, when I was attempting to look at them. But 286, it's right there is your 618. We had a perfect little bounce off of it. Good gap and go today. I'd probably be more bullish than bearish on Palo Alto today. I do have a little bit of resistance, so any type of a pullback, I might be able to buy some more leaps, and I'll probably do some kind of like poor man cover call type situation on it. But yeah, that looks good to me. I was gonna see what I was like, maybe I could back down and retest this like 279. Maybe I could retest this 275. It still could happen, but still inside day for right now. We're still in the little tiny wick. See if this one wants to high wave, and I would be more bullish than bearish on it, even with some resistance above us, because I think cybersecurity is going to be the way to go for today. We got Palantir, PNW, Meta. Oh yeah, we got Jolt numbers at 10 a.m. today. Market should move on those. I think the bigger numbers are on Friday. The non-farm payrolls. I think that's the bigger number the market's going to be waiting for, which is on Friday. But Jolts will probably move the market today. We did have some job numbers today. I don't think the market really cares too much about that one. Is more about, I think, Friday. But I think Jolts will be bigger than the numbers that came in at 8:30 today. So be prepared for that if you're in a trade and have your stops in place. At least be aware of it. Meta looks like a really good gap too. Plenty of room up higher. Target on this one, 501.73. First little spot, though, is going to be 498.16. I think that is a spot that we can probably break through, especially with the meta momentum. I'm going to get this one up on my list. To the downside. So obviously yesterday's open. If we come in we act as a little retest. 495.09. And then bigger support is all the way down at 490.32. Maybe we hit that. We're still about 50% retracement of this kind of breakout candle. I could also see this thing just almost doing nothing today. I wouldn't be shocked. But if I had to play anything, it would either be wait for a pullback, play it bullish, or look very close to the open to play it bullish, because you do have about $5 and change to the higher side on this one. Powell will testify. Yeah, nothing happens on testify. Everybody gets very bad memory when you testify. So nothing. I don't see the market moving whatsoever on Jerome's testification. Reese wants to look at ALB. All right, so I will tell you I messed up on this one yesterday. I did. I just entered the wrong order. So I'm on the fence now. I'm on the fence. I was looking to sell a put because we got back down in this range. We were sitting somewhere around 117. And I was looking at the premiums. I was like, man, I could get decent premium for the 100 strikes. And I was like, if I get filled at 100, I don't care. I'd be okay with that. They expired this Friday. I was like $3. Later in the day, I looked at my order and I was like, oh, okay. I bought I sold the 110 puts. So I don't know what else. I don't know what I was looking at, but somehow messed up my order entry. So I have so now I do have some 110 puts. Yesterday they were in the money. Today we are gapping up. We are still holding this little key support, and I will say that you do have this bear trap on the table. So we got right through this 108.58. Yeah, it was a fat finger. No, it wasn't even a fat finger. My fingers hit the treadmill. They're not, nah, my fingers are in great shape. It was just dumb. It was just it was just me. I was looking at a bunch of different options. I don't know what I did, but either way, we'll see if we survive. We'll see if we survive. Otherwise, if I get shares at 110, fantastic. I'll take them. Um, and then obviously this one is now 10K for what we're doing. So my average cost will be lower if I get filled. I'm still holding the regular shares for my target, which is the 149.82, so that we're all on the same page. And then what I'll probably do is if I get filled, then I'll start selling some calls against it or something to that extent or degree. But we'll have to watch ALB today. Even this morning as the market's rallying, it's up. It's not doing anything crazy. We are holding that VPOC from down here. We do have a little bear trap on the table. We're still gonna have to get through some of this resistance. Obviously, we've all been in ALB, or most of us have been in ALB. We know it could just make crazy moves. So we will see. But target on this one, if we could get through some of those resistance, would be up to this VPOC, which is about 116.95. In my head, at least. That's what I'm looking at least some kind of a bounce to that 117 with limited time left, and I think I could survive and not get filled those shares. But again, if I do, I don't mind the price. Um, Otherwise, I really wanted to sell those 100s, so we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Uh-huh. Let's see what else we got. We got Lyft, LYFT. Mm. Potentially my favorite gap of the day. How? I don't know. I don't know how it's not cybersecurity. Palantir look good too, though. Palantir look good. Meta has space, so I like that one. Lyft might be my favorite one, though. Bullish gap and go above the VPOX. This will be one that they don't give me an entry on. I can almost guarantee you. Almost guarantee you. This will probably have to be. There's not that much pre-market volume. Maybe we could get a right candle. I was tempted to do something like this. Uh, Bullish entry here. Let's put it this way. I wouldn't be shocked if they don't let me play. And then at least for pre-market, I'm gonna have to go with this as my stop. Something to this extent. I'll wait in case we could get a slightly better entry or retest into. Yeah, look at that. Thank you. Thank you, market makers. You don't even let me get the pre-market breaks anymore. Gross. Gross. But yep, I do like that one. We had a little bit of a pullback, still a beautiful kind of retest gap. Yesterday we actually completed that retest. It is a gap and go. Maybe I got some hope because we're still inside day from yesterday by barely, but I love the fact we're above that VPOC. We got tons of room to the higher side on this one. So even this wouldn't, I don't know, maybe it would be my target. I have no idea. But I think it has the ability to get up here today. And that right there is a 24,000 R trade. So I like it. I like it a lot. I'm actually going to put that onto TOS just so I could watch it right at open. LYFT. But there are some other good ones too. So if I miss it, I miss it. CRWD. Crowd. Crowd strikes again. Uh Gap to all-time highs. Um yeah, I got no levels. Probably goes higher. I do think any pullbacks will be bought up on this one. So we shall see. But yeah, I got no levels on this one. I'd have to be probably patient on this one. And like I said, most likely it will go higher. We've seen that trend, especially in this market. Will today be any different? I don't know. I don't know. But very good gap. Every single person is profitable. But we're also in 2024. So If you make any profit, you're still gonna try to hold out for more, like I did on that Palantir. Except I wanted it to stay below 27. We got Bitcoin. So Bitcoin, wild day yesterday, all-time highs. Everyone felt good. Everyone was happy. And within like a 15-minute candle, you lost $5,000. So not a bad day, kind of fun. On this one, we do have we did rally back. We stayed above that kind of key support, which is somewhere around 62,358. We opened today also above that level. Now we have a little bit of a rest period. This would be a good time to build a flag. Just some kind of sideways chop for a few days. Let those moving averages kind of catch up. Because I think everybody was like, oh, we're gonna hit all-time highs, and just that fueled the fire. I think we also got the what is it, the halvening coming in April. Still on the table, so still got some bullish sentiment obviously around it. And it's hard to say you want to be bearish on Bitcoin right now that we just hit all-time highs yesterday, but it is the wild west of trading, so you have to have the extreme control on blood pressure to trade it, because that will get wild for you if you put your life savings into it. Look for resistance back at 68 to 11. I think that is a doable spot for today, as long as we hold on to 66,485, and then I think it kind of comes down again. The halving, yeah, they reduced the amount of Bitcoins being mined. So yeah, that's your bullish case. Every 4 years they do the halving, so then eventually you have a limited supply, and essentially that's the key to Bitcoin. The fact that it is a limited supply after they're all minted, they will never mint another Bitcoin, kind of like your Pokemon cards. Like if you got that Charizard from 98, they'll never do that one again, so it's gonna be worth a lot. We got Coinbase. Yeah, pretty bullish on this one too. Still inside day. Let's see if it comes back to 225. I wouldn't mind waiting on this one. So 225.61. Just only because we're inside day still. Let's see if this one does want to pull back, and I would be still kind of leaning bullish. Great bearish engulfing candle. We're pretty much opening to where we were yesterday. And again, maybe this thing just wakes up and runs without me. So be it. But for me to get a good entry, I think somewhere around like let me just do my entries off the fibs real quick, just to see what happens. Just to see what happens for today. We got a minute left. Bullish entry here, and we'll go bearish entry here. Blindly, just using nothing but the VPOX. Let's see how that plays out. Probably would be an insta stop. We'll see. But that is the opening bell. So I appreciate everybody out there on YouTube joining us each and every day. Make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. Otherwise, we will catch you tomorrow morning. We'll run it up again.